All right, so today we're going to go through a tier list, my personal tier list of the weapons in Space Marine 2. Now, this is after doing... My credentials, for my opinion, would be I've run true solo on every class. I've done all the operations as heavy, assault, and tac in true solo. I mean, there's a couple left in there that I haven't done. Just not gotten around to it. Anyway, I've got a pretty decent idea now of all the guns. I've played them all. They're all level to max. Same as all the classes. But I think it's time... to rate them. Put them in some sort of order. So, what I'm going to do... all of these weapons are going to be rated within their respective category and against each other. So, like, the Neo-Volkite pistol will be rated against other pistols. Auto bolt... yeah. So, I think what we'll do is we'll go through them in order of what they are here, so that I don't just, like, immediately do all the S's or the D's. But hey, this is just an opinion. It is based off my experience. Also, it's tough to do a tier list because weapons perform differently in different game modes. A Siege hard mode push to 40 is going to use different weapons to True Solo. True Solo is going to be using different weapons to stratagem grinds. So, you rated the different weapons variants. I will be using the strongest application of each weapon to tier it. So, for example... the bolt rifle, I will act as if its best version is the grenade launcher, and I will rate that as its maximum potential. Getting straight into it with auto bolt rifle. Yeah, auto bolt rifle is a C. I think it's just weak. There's nothing it does that other stuff doesn't. When people make good builds with this, if you were just to replace it with a different bolt rifle, it would be infinitely better. It loses to the bolt carbine in terms of like fire rate and damage output, and it loses to the bolt rifle in pretty much every way. So, bolt carbine, probably the strongest standalone bolt rifle if it wasn't for the bolt rifle itself with the grenade launcher. Bolt carbine, no, I don't think bolt carbine is an S tier. I would put it at A. I don't think it competes with the items that go into S tier, which we'll get to, but I think it's the strongest of the bolts. But hey, you know, this is a personal opinion. S tier. It's interesting that you think S tier. I think that the bolt weapons are too weak to go into S, to be honest. I think they fade against plasmas, melters, and some of the melee weapons. I think overall on the grand scheme of power, I could not put the bolt carbine into S tier. The bolt pistol is... it's got to be a C tier. It's just doing nothing. It's the default of the default. Also, where I place these now might not be where they end placed. I might switch it around as I like think about different things as we go through it. But so like, oh, bolt rifle with grenade launcher. I didn't see that there was two different options. That's cool. That's kind of weird, but that's cool. So bolt rifle with grenade launcher is gonna go S tier. Only because of its siege performance. It becomes like it's an absolute... no, it's not S+. I wouldn't put it as S+, because it doesn't perform as strong in operations and stratagems. It has spikes of damage, but unless you're feeding it with ammo boxes, it's just a bolt rifle. Yeah, S+ for siege for sure, but overall, and like I said, this tier list is for overall application across the game. For siege, I agree, S+. It's one of the three crazy ones for siege for sure, but I just don't think it's that. I don't think it's that strong. It's interesting that they separated out bolt rifle and grenade launcher, because I think if you were to take the bolt rifle without the grenade launcher, it's A or B. I'm going to put it as B tier. I think the bolt carbine's better. Yeah, I think B tier is actually where it sits. I don't think I have to think about that actually. Bolt sniper rifle. Again, just when are you using this? Like, really, when are you using this? Rate of fire is too low. B agreed. Yeah, good. Glad we agree. Bolt sniper is B or C. I mean, maybe it could go B. It does rip. I'm going to put it as B. It's not C tier, sorry. It absolutely rips headshot damage. So I think B it sits in quite nicely. Chainsword. I want to say that it's A, because it's really strong on tack. I genuinely think that the chainsword is A. S. No, I wouldn't put it as S. It's super consistent, I agree, but it just doesn't, I think, maybe I'm throwing you guys by having the S plus tier. I literally have this reserved for like one or two things. I think chainsword is A tier. Not compete with the power sword. No, I don't think it does. Not as a standalone melee weapon. That's like I'm saying, if it wasn't for the fact that you could use the chainsword on attack and you do the double block animation skip, I think our opinions of the chainsword would be significantly lower. Heavy bolt pistol. Heavy bolt pistol, I think, is A tier. No, I'm not going to say it's S tier. I think it's good, but its contested health recovery is a bit meh. It doesn't have AoE. A to S, yeah, I'm going to sit it in A. Heavy bolt rifle. Heavy bolt rifle, I genuinely don't rate at all. Highest gun strike. Yeah, that true, actually. The highest gun strike does make it pretty good. Plasma pistol is S+. No, it's not S+. It's got bad ammo economy. Like, S+ is like the most well-rounded, applicable in every situation kind of gun, and the plasma actually doesn't do that well against Tyranid, especially in true solos. It's great in Siege, but yeah. Yeah, heavy bolt rifle, it's not my thing. I don't think it has anything that stands out. I think it's just another weak bolt weapon. Hey, look, I'm not here to agree with you all. I'm here to say what I feel. Heavy bolter, again, just maybe it's stronger than the heavy bolt rifle. Maybe it can go B tier. Like, how are you going to compare this to the Melta, to the plasma, to the even the flamethrower, dude? I wouldn't even put it as A. I think there's nothing it does. Like, you have to stand still to use it. Like, it has to spool up. You got to be standing still for like half a second. It's too cool to be that weak. I know, dude. I don't make the rules. I didn't design the guns. I wasn't the one who made the power, the Thunder Hammer the weakest melee weapon in the game. But hey, that's what we got. Okay, bros. Now we're on to our first big fish. We got the heavy plasma incinerator. So here's the big question. Do I think it's S or S+? What do you guys think? You reckon S+? S+? S+ or bust? I can't say it's S+. Melta S, heavy plasma, heavy bolters B, yeah. S+ or you suck at the game. Give me some reasons for why it's S+, not S. Because if this is all me, right? This is my opinion. It's S. It's not S+. I genuinely believe it's S, not S+. It's an insanely strong weapon, but it has its shortfalls. And to be S+, you just got to be the best at all times. I genuinely think it's S. It's an amazing weapon. It's really fucking strong. Charge shots are the best DPS in the game. Yeah, I agree there. Heavy plasma incinerator is S. Heroic is S+. I don't think the heroic one is S+ either. First wave 40 happened with heavy plasma. Yeah, Shadow, but if you compare how it performed versus the Melta in that, if you look at the stats from both of the 40 runs, where one heavy used plasma, one used Melta, the one with the Melta had about 60% more damage. Double shot's not intended. That's what makes it S+ right now. Yeah. So, okay. Moving on. The Las Fusel. I want to say... I knew that this one would be a source of contention, but I like debating it. Melta working better in Siege mostly because of a bug and ammo regen. Yeah, but those are reasons though, right? So, okay, Las Fusel. It's either A or B. I feel like if the Bolt Sniper is in B, then the Las should be in B. Because it's kind of ammo inefficient. You reckon A? I will... Yeah, okay. I'll accept that. I'm a little on the fence with it, but I'll accept A. Heroic Pyre Blaster. Yeah, it depends how they make it heroic. It's the best sniper weapon, highest damage profile. Yeah, I'll accept A. I agree with you guys. I'll run with that. Yeah, Las A, no complaints. Melta Rifle. Whoa. The Melta Rifle can be good, but it's just got no ammo economy at all. It's definitely not S. There's no... On no planet is it on the same tier as the grenade launcher and the heavy plasma incinerator. I think it's B. And it's one of the weaker, put it this way, right? It's one of the weaker choices for tac to take. It has an applicable area, but its ammo economy is shit, range is shit, and its damage is just not that comparable to the multimelter. It's good on the Vanguard, but it's not insane. And you, Emetrium, you be out of ammo in fucking 30 seconds of intense gameplay with the Melta. And then you're like, oh great, I'm down to an axe again. Amazing CHP recovery. Yeah, I don't know. Just I used to think it was really good, and my opinion has just kind of shifted on it. I think it's not good. I think it's mid. When someone takes it, I kind of go, okay, fine. Okay, boys. Okay, this might be my first controversial opinion here. However, I believe in light of the current bug with the multimelter, so we're rating it as bugged. And also, is it bugged? Because the same thing happened in PvP and they nerfed it, but they haven't nerfed it in PvE. And there's no way that they're aware of the gun operating that way in PvP, but not like they're not aware of it in PvE. There's no chance. So the bug is in the game, yeah. So basically, that's my genuine opinion, is the multi-melter beats the heavy plasma, especially with the bug. Even without the double shot, last patch, 2 runs got to hard siege 40. One used the heavy plasma incinerator, one used the multi-melter. The multi-melter did literally like, I can't remember the exact figure. It was either 40 or 60% more damage. It was like a crazy number more. Way more kills, just more mopping up. You have the grenade launcher for the boss damage, so you don't need this. This controls and kills Extremis perfectly well. There's not an aspect of the game that this can't hard carry. Like, anytime we're struggling with a stratagem, I just whip out the multi-melter and it is a breeze. If I'm doing hard siege pushes, I'm multi-meltering it, especially with the bug. Even without the bug, it's a super contested argument. With the bug, it's, in my mind, there's no doubt. The multi-melter's S+. It's as simple as that. It is on par for the strongest weapon in the game. Put it this way, right? You can get stun locked with a plasma to where you can't really contest your health, or you're always bleeding health away. With a multi-melter, you have to make double the number of mistakes to lose health. As long as there's one enemy in front of you, your contested health recovery on the multi-melter is obscene. Unless you put it into execute because it had 2 health left, you're healing to full every time off a hip fire, which just shits on the plasma. Especially in horde mode where you have enemies, you have 700 enemies around you. The trickle damage on you is just rough. Like the plasma, I know you'll say skill issue, but the plasma just becomes very hard to play in the later waves. And in the later waves, it takes like 5 or 6 charged shots to kill an Extremis. It's so ammo inefficient that I genuinely think that the run that did the heavy plasma incinerator would have gotten further with the multi-melter. It's my opinion. So anyway, moving on. Neovolkite. Neovolkite, I think, is just shit. It's got shit gun strikes. It's got a boatload of ammo that just tickles whatever you're looking at. And also, I need to put something in the D tier. Yeah, the Neovolkite is just absolutely haram. D- tier. I'm glad we agree. Fucking Biowars alive. That's literally all it excels at. I didn't even know it could do that, to be honest. Oculus Bolt Carbine. That's what I was just using on... That's the Vanguard one, right? Oculus Bolt Carbine. I would put Oculus Bolt Carbine at B. I think it's okay. I think it's better than the Auto Bolt. I think it has better applications. Yeah, I think B tier is Bolt Carbine. What do you mean? It's got shit out. Well, hard C, maybe D. No, it's not that bad, Medrim. Like the build I was just using as tac. Like if you stack its end grapnel perk with the grapnel perks in Vanguard, it is pretty good. It's, at least against Tyrannid. No, it's not the 3-shot one. That's the Instigator, which, funny enough, isn't on this list. That's weird. I don't know why it's not on the list, but whatever. Plasma incinerator. Yeah, I don't know why the instigator's not here, but I mean, we'll pretend it's here, okay? I'll do it at the end. Plasma incinerator. I think the plasma is probably the strongest true solo weapon for tac, and its output is insane. Its contested health is okay. Its ammo economy is pretty decent because you just use it on attack. Incinerator is not B. There's no way, dude, on any planet is the bolt carbine better than the incinerator. It's garbage against chaos spawns. No, it's not. What do you mean? There's no pyro weapons as well. Yeah, this list is kind of old. I had to add the axe on myself. They tank like 5 shots, but they are tanky. I think you're not playing with overcharge if they're tanking 5 charge shots. Because my true solos on tac, I was killing them in three or 4 shots. Flamer pistol ain't here as well. All right, okay. So this list is kind of cooked. Okay. You had Stalker. I've added Stalker, yeah. So I think that's the Stalker. That's the Instigator. Something like that. Oh, Stalker was already here. Okay. Well, we'll just ignore that one at the end. That's fine. Okay, so Plasma Incinerator, I would put as A, just because it's not the same as the Heavy Plasma Incinerator or the Grenade Launcher. It's like you wouldn't use it in Siege. It doesn't have like insane... what do you mean, what the actual fuck? It's the best tac weapon. But is it though? No, it's not by far. I mean, you've got the Grenade Launcher and the Pyre Cannon. Or whatever the tac pyre thing is. I think I've just got the same image twice there, but I'll verbally tell you which one's which. Nah, I don't... Incredibly situational. Yeah. I don't know, though. I mean, I am kind of with you. Here's the problem. It's not the same as a Heavy Plasma Incinerator. I guess... No, I concede. Because where this one fails, this one succeeds. Where this one fails, this one succeeds. They kind of go hand in hand as the S tier attack things. Yeah, no, I got you. I agree. I was thinking like S or A, but then people were like, oh, B or C. And I was like, am I overthinking it in my head? But no, this is my fucking list, all right? You have that list right, Melta on top. Yeah, I know. Plasma pistol. Yeah, moving on from Incinerator, I think S is fine for it. I would say the Plasma pistol is S tier. Its only downfall is ammo economy, but realistically, in its strongest applications, you're not using it as direct damage, you're using it as contested health, AoE gun strikes, and occasionally taking something down that you can't reach if you're playing a class that can't get there. And one charge shot incapacitates things, like it interrupts a Soul Reaper, it interrupts calls for help, reinforcements in like 2 shots. It's insane. Plasma's S easily. I almost feel a bit bad having Heavy Bolt Pistol on A, but it doesn't have as many use cases as Plasma. And whenever you can use a Plasma, it's generally the strongest. All right, next one. And this is one that I hate that it is the case, but I almost make a higher category just for this weapon. Like, I almost made an S++. I'm not even kidding. To say that this is anything below S+ is absolute fucking heresy. I will fight you and I will die on hills for this. I actually am tempted to make an S++ thing just to sit it up here, because it is honestly the most broken fucking... weapon in the entire game. There's no place where you can't use it and it's not the best thing to use. Yeah, it's can I actually... Oh, you can order them. Wow. Tier list noob over here. Let me just order these real quick. Didn't even realize you could order them. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much in order. Not using it to its greatest potential. I will say, right, to get the absolute maximum out of Power Fist, firstly you have to play Bulwark, because it's what enforces it the most, and it has the most, like, it allows you... Like, meleeing in this game is transactional. You always make a calculation, quick calculation in your head of, am I going to take more damage than I can recover? Am I going to get an execute out of this? Is it going to be worth holding down, or do I dodge? And then obviously with Bulwark, you have like, you can dodge mid-attack animation. So I would say yeah, I mean, this is all talking about Bulwark basically. And the fact that Power Fist is so strong, compounded with the fact that Bulwark is also so strong, this absolutely is a class of its own. Block, Power Fist, Bulwark is just untouchably the strongest combination in this game, and it is a tier above. Not just like one tier above the best combination, but it's like 2. It's just unbeatable. Nothing comes close. It's a case closed. Metal Bomb on top, yeah. Power Sword. A tier. There's nothing it can do that stands above everything else. I would say it is a maybe top of A tier. Top of A, yeah, thank you, Shadow. I didn't even read you there. I think Xenophase warrants its own entry. Well, no, because Xenophase is Power Sword, and I think really good Power Sword players alternate between Xenophase and the block. I even saw First Tor using the fencing one yesterday for the Extremis stratagem. Fencing actually works really well if you're against Chaos and you're getting like 6 Extremis at a time, because you've got so much to parry that it's actually pretty good. I do think it is strong. I think the top of A is where it belongs. I don't think it is quite on the tier of these. I'd never use it in Siege, put it that way. It's good for solos, but if you really want to push solos, you just go Power Fist. It doesn't really have a leg to stand on. No, it's not worth low S. I'm keeping it there. Stalker Bolt Rifle. Stalker Bolt Rifle is probably... It's probably the bottom of A tier for me. F. No, the Stalker Bolt absolutely deletes Tyrannid. Like, I used to put it on par as the Incinerator, wherever it is, that one. It's bottom of A tier. I don't see... Because it's better than all these weapons. It's better than this. It's basically doing that damage, but way more frequently and way more easy to get off. Stalker Bolt actually has no recorded use. No, dude, the Stalker Bolt on tack with Acuity, dude, you 3-shot Zoanthropes, you fucking annihilate Neurothropes with it. It's good. spitting out alphabet suit, yeah, true. Yeah, it's actually good. Stacked with a sniper, yeah, it could be really good. Alright, the Thunder Hammer. I'm so mad about this. I wish it was up here, dude. I would be so happy if it was up here, but it's not. It's there. It's ahead of the Volkite, but no, I haven't fixed text to speech. It's can't be fixed until next week, or maybe it can. But hammer is trash, too slow. It's not good. Dude, there's just no trades that you can make with it that are worth making. For Rage Chat in 3, 2, 1. What do you mean? I don't think anyone can argue that the Thunderhammer is just ass. Yeah, the Warhammer being the worst weapon in Warhammer. So true, but it's so true. The Combat Knife. I think the Combat Knife is B. It's definitely not on the level of the Chainsword and the Power Sword. It's okay. I mean, maybe bottom of A. Maybe. Love the Thunderhammer, but it is bad. So true. You think C tier? No, I'm going to leave it at the bottom of B. It's just not good. Like, there's nothing you can do with it. You can't do with something else but better. It has some, like, very niche uses with the heroic version, but again, you're just setting up big hits for the sake of it. You're not actually applying that. It's a middest weapon. Yeah, we'll leave it at B. I'm happy with that. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. The Power Axe. Now, if you were to rate... Someone, I think Bruno, made an exceptional point earlier. If you were to rate the Power Axe based on just its ability to do melee, it's like C. I wouldn't put it as D. It's not as bad as the Thunderhammer. I would put it as C. However, it's the best weapon to use for Vanguard, and it complements the way Vanguard plays really well, especially if you use the heavy bolt pistol. And for Assault, It's, in my opinion, part of the strongest assault build in the game. So I genuinely rate the axe as A tier. I know. I know. I know. Come on, fight me. I think it's low on the A tier, but I don't think it's bad. I think with the assault class, you have, again, what I feel is the strongest assault build in the game. Uses the block axe. The Vanguard uses it exceptionally well. It's even got a strong build on the Bulwark, but we don't talk about Bulwark for obvious reasons. It's... What Bruno said earlier was perfect. As a standalone weapon, it's not good, but it actually complements and enhances other builds, and then the build complements it back, and it kind of synergizes into this strong playstyle. So I think low A is where I'm sitting it. I'm shocked you rate block power axe so high. QWERTY, if you want to know why I rate the block power axe so high, when you've got a minute, go and check out my my latest YouTube video. Shameless plug. It's basically a video about the assault and why the power axe, like, it's bugged. Just let me say that. There's a talent on it, counterattack, where if you do a perfect block, you get 25% more damage on your next light attack. That applies to ground pound. And because you get so much damage out of it, you one-shot Majoris and Minoris, and you keep feeding the ground pound, and you run a cycle, and it's just insane. Inferno and see if it changes. Yeah, do it, dude. It's sick on Inferno. It's crazy against Tyrannid. Like, I ran it on Vortex True Solo to show that it's strong against Chaos, but it's even stronger against Tyrannid. So yeah, I'm gonna sit that one there. That's where it's going. Next up, we have... No, we've already done this, haven't we? That was the one... That was Stalker. Ignore that one. Instigator is just shit. Like, who the fuck is... Who cares about the Instigator? It's on the same tier as Oculus. It's low. It's bad. I don't rate it. I don't think it's got a place. There's nothing it does that something else can't do but better. Yeah. There's not much to say on that one. Going on to the Pyre weapons. Now, I think I picked up the same image for both of them, but this one's bigger, so we'll assume it's the heavy one. I think the heavy Pyre cannon thing is the top of B. Yeah, it's bigger, so we'll assume it's the heavy one. It's the top of B, personally. I think it's pretty shit on heavy. I think all the other heavy's weapons are better. Bottom of B, yeah, fair enough, Shadow. I think it's better than these. It's better than the heavy bolt. I do think it sits there quite nicely. I actually rate this at the bottom of S. Yeah, so the TAC one I think is S tier. I don't think that's... I think it's... Yeah. It's an insanely strong weapon. I take it at the bottom of S? Yeah, exactly. That sounded weirdly sus, but yeah. And then we've got the Inferno pistol. Can just... I mean... No, the Inferno pistol just is shockingly bad. A nice gun strike you got there. Never mind. Never mind. How is Melta bottom of S+? X, shut up. Because the Power Fist exists, dude. Long dips for Heavy Bolter to be somewhere in A. Dude, why do you rate the Heavy Bolter so high? No, hello. Honestly, dude, if it came to cool points, there. That's where I want this. I want this to exist here. This is the final list, right? This is the final list, okay? This is what I wish it was. This should be the best weapon in the game because only Assault can use it, and Assault is shit with bad weapons. So if you're not going to make the Assault class strong, give it the strongest weapon in the game and take this off Bulwark. You know it's right. Did not move a thing, you lazy bastard. You hit fire on iron sights, it will light enemies slower. Oh, Pyre. You're talking about the Pyre, yeah. I don't think that's a bug, Yuri. I think that's intentional. It's meant to do more dot in hip fire than and more direct damage in aimed. Go through it and confirm positions. Oh, okay, right. Is this what you do? Okay, dude, actually, I've been confirming it as we go through. I don't think anything is in the wrong order here. I think this is perfect. This is exactly what I think. Heavy incinerators at the top. Grenade launcher just below. Yeah. In fact, I'll do that. I've had this debate with multiple people, and it's pretty split on the opinion here. If you're talking about Siege, this doesn't have enough contested health recovery or stagger. This doesn't have as much consistent damage. So these two can sit on top of each other. It's really hard to... Grenade is better. See, yeah, I don't know. I thought the Pyre might be better for Siege, but Dread's pretty convinced that the Grenade's better because of the contested health and the stagger, which I respect, like I understand. It's tough to tell. Feel that the Xeno phase is S? No, it's not S. It's the top of A, but it's not S tier. It doesn't come close to Power Fist, so it's like Fire Blaster feels a bit slow for Siege. Yeah. Heavy Pyro doesn't have the effect. Yeah, Heavy Pyro is just weak. It's just kind of... It's the weak of both ends. Yeah, I'm with you. Pyre Cannon in B is a war crime. Oh, I know what you're saying. I don't think it's A tier. It doesn't have the same effect as any of these. I think... Okay. Yeah. I think the Laz is the bottom of A. How is it weak? It doesn't... Firstly, it doesn't do as much damage as the Pyre Blaster. It doesn't do contested health. It doesn't do stagger, except for the one, like, tick of stagger when they set on fire. It's just overall not a great weapon. Like, it's decent, but the other heavy weapons just shit all over it by a large margin. In my humble opinion. There's nothing humble about me, but in my opinion. Is there anything else I'd change here? I think I'm pretty happy with it, dude. Maybe this. But again, all I'm really changing is like top of C to bottom of B. Alright, this is my final opinion. This is the thumbnail right here with a bunch of question marks over everything. So yeah, that was fun. I liked doing the tier list. My voice is sore as fuck now because I've just been like shouting so much.